BET did exactly what I said they was gonna do. They turned the regular BET Awards into the BET Hip Hop Awards. Big Draco created hip hop. Did you?
He wouldn't went that far with it.
You cannot disrespect Tina Turner. So I was like, okay, which one of the R&B girlies are we gonna get? Patty? Patty! I don't know if I'm gonna go see that show. Those are scaring me. Ice Spice is a gimmick. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. If your pen is so solid and you can always come back to your pen, show me what that pen do. We have a lot more black television. We have a lot more black film. We have a lot more, obviously, black music. And I just feel like they continuously miss the mark of highlighting the totality of the culture. Hello, hello, hello. I am Nikole, and welcome back to the channel. Hello, hello, hello. I am Nikole, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are finally back. We have an episode of Run the Show. It's taking us a long time to swing back around to music award season. And we are kicking it off with the BET Awards. The BET Awards were on Sunday, and y'all know I gotta give y'all the rundown on this show. So, let's get into Run the Show, featuring the BET Awards. Now, getting into the overall show, BET did exactly what I said they was gonna do. What was this, maybe like 2 weeks ago we was talking about this during Janelle's video? Anyway. They turned the regular BET Awards into the BET Hip Hop Awards. Now, yes, it is the 50 years of hip hop. That is a big part of black culture. It's supposed to be culture's biggest night. But y'all also have a whole separate hip hop award show. That was, the first half was kind of annoying. But once we got to the Snap and Roll era, the South little segment of the little side performances were great. Those were great. But it just felt like, you know how colleges, like black organizations, will put on like their performances during the year where they like highlight certain artists? That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like I was watching like a BET production. It's just too many performances. There's a lot going on. To where I felt like it kind of took away from the actual performances that we'll get into in a second. BET did not spare on the budget though. The production of the show, everything looked very pristine, looked very nice. The hip hop set was cute. I feel like everybody's stage performance was like a full set. Overall, the look of the show was great. The flow of the show just seemed very, very like messy and clustered. It was supposed to be a 2-hour show and it ran 3.5 hours. I don't know who did that run a show. Also, that is also a factor. There were no writers because the writers are on strike. Get them their money. Yeah, like they were run, how they even went into the awards. They just kind of ran and said, basically they just ran a video of what award was coming up and then somebody magically appeared on stage to talk. And everybody took that as their moment to like do some self-plugging, some self-promo, which normally happens, but it just felt like weird because there was no like extra dialogue to carry like the moment or to like it normally flows to like highlight what the award is or like to crack a joke to mention the nominees. It was none of that.
But don't forget to tune into season 2.
Yeah. Like that, I did miss that. Y'all need to pay them writers because what is the rest of award season gonna look like?
I don't think the BET Awards has figured out a good way to mix all of what black culture is. Meaning, it teeter-totters a little bit more on the ghetto side than the black power sophisticated. Like there's no good mix and balance. And I think a lot of times people expect the BET Awards to be more on the sophisticated side almost they expected to, but would like for it to go that route. That's just not what the BET Awards, how social media was responding. It's like, y'all, this is the BET Awards. I don't understand why we're expecting.
Yeah.
Why we're expecting Oscar like
respectability.
Yeah, it's not. That's not what.
That's what we go to the NAACP Awards for. I want the mix of the ratchet. What I was actually missing, which I talked about, I don't think he was here yet, but it's just it has become so performance and music based to where it doesn't actually highlight the totality of Black culture anymore. To me. Yep. They used to highlight athlete of the year, where Serena and LeBron would pop up and get it every year. Yeah. Right. They would get it every year, but it meant something. They would highlight like the new films that are coming out. They did not mention Spider-Man, which had a Metro Boomin did the whole doggone, what is it called? Soundtrack. He did the whole soundtrack, and that's basically a Black movie now, right? They did not mention The Little Mermaid, which is breaking box office records, breaking its own records. Now a Black movie, something that we've been waiting for years. No mention of it. Like, there was no other highlight of what's happening in Black film or television. It was all just focused on the 50 years of hip hop, which I feel like took away from the entire award show when you have a whole hip hop show. Yeah. That could have been placed there because it missed the other moments to highlight what has happened in Black culture over the. Yeah, because I do know that a few award shows this season have been canceled due to bookings, or have just gone fully digital, not doing anything for real.
If there's a year to cancel Hip Hop Awards, it's definitely not this year. I mean, I understand it's the Hip Hop Awards. If you can't get hip hop people there, it's kind of like, what are we doing? But you have to finesse and figure it out. Like, they sent in a video or something.
But yeah, hopefully they did not cancel the Hip Hop Awards because, like I said, a lot of the sections were rushed. I would like to see them actually talk about the different eras and the impact rather than just having everybody on stage. BET definitely has budget. They still operating like they do the BET weekend because I found some people that's over there working at the BET. They was out here giving free manicures and massages over the weekend. Had a bunch of side performances. Like, it was operating like a festival, but not publicized as a festival. Yeah. They even did like a casting call situation.
I saw that, and I was like, and it was like the day, like they posted the day of.
It was so random.
Yeah. I will say, I do think the promotion of it, the marketing of it, like, it was very...
It was all rushed. Like,
I didn't know Busta Rhymes was getting, like...
I didn't know until the day before.
I was like, this is major. Like, why is this not... These are the types of things that, you tune in for the...
I think
see who's gonna do the performance.
Your viewership would have been up if everybody knew Busta Rhymes was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, because this is the only time Busta would kind of get his flowers. Absolutely deserves a Video Vanguard Award from MTV.
What?
Necessary.
Absolutely.
We're about to just get into these performances. Some were great. Some were a little lackluster. I don't think any performance was bad this year. Some of them just weren't impactful because we just came off of 8 people performing on the side stage, and now we're going to a main stage performer. That stressed me out the entire night. I'm sorry. I just would have packaged that differently. Or at least go to a commercial break before you go to a main stage performance. Anyway. All right, y'all, before we get into these performances, you guys know, just like during game plan and run the show, I have to cut it up for the copyright. YouTube does not play when it comes to reviewing these performances. So if you guys would like to actually visually watch the performances as we review them, you guys can subscribe to my Patreon for only $3, where you get the extended version of this video and more bonus content like the More Than K vlog series. Now, let's get into what we're here to actually talk about, the performances of the night. So, my little man Uzi opened the show. And I don't know which song. I can't remember what song he started out with. He was coming out the sky, and I was like, oh, come on, entrance. But he was doing some slow song, and I'm like, is this how we opening the show? I was very confused. And then he went into he went, I Wanna Rock. And I was like, why didn't we start with this? Because to start the show with that slow song, it just absorbed all of the energy to where I was confused. It felt like it didn't pick up until the very end of his performance, and then they cut it off and went to Kid Capri. But yeah, I felt like that was a very lackluster opener. It just should have opened with I Wanna Rock. Had a bunch of dancers on the stage. You still could have came out the sky, little man. Just that slow song was like, what the hell are we doing here? I'm sorry. Let me not disrespect that man. You know, he just out here. Then the next performance we cut to was Lotto. And let me tell you, I was stressed, very stressed. Now Lotto is actually one of the girls that I look forward to performing now. Her and Megan both were like amongst the new rap girlies. I was waiting to see who was going to give more on the stage when it comes to dancing and production and visuals. Her and Megan picked up that torch a couple of years ago. We know Lotto is now working with Dante's production. Tiana Taylor is in the mix. But yeah, Baby decided to do a pre-record, which I'll give you grace if you got like a lot going on, a lot of stage blocking. Sometimes your rapping may fall lackluster. Yeah, Lotto's never given me that. She's always given me solid vocal performance while doing what was necessary with the dancing. But I guess this was so over choreographed that she just said, forget it. She did start out actually lip syncing with the pre-record. Now, and the way she does her pre-records is like typical rappers. They play the actual studio song and they rap loudly over it. That is how she presents her pre-records. So it was two Lotto voices going at the same time without Lotto moving her lips. We're giving up the mystery here. Like, your one job is to mouth the words. Now, if you can't move your lips and twitch your hips, what's happening? That really pissed me off. I was like, okay, I'm over it. Stage, great. We went through 3 different sections of the store. All the little puns and the little bars matched up what she was doing on the stage. Outfit change. Hair was laid. Face was beat. But you're a rapper first. And I come to you. And I like you because you're a rapper first. So at least do that for me. Mess up the dance step. I'll give you that because you're not a dancer first. You're a rapper first.
She would look like she was at least having fun.
Yeah, she was having a great time. Maybe she was drunk. Anyway.
Maybe, because Baby was just
But what the lyrics said, we supposed to be putting it on the floor. We supposed to be stepping on niggas' necks.
Yeah. She was having a good time. And then also, shout out to Devon Bellinger from Detroit who was dancing with her because, yeah.
Love to see my Detroit. I think he choreographed that.
Whatever he did, period.
Shout out to Detroit people on the BET stage. Yeah. The performance was great. I just checked out because once you give up the mystery for me, I ain't pissed. I'm sorry. As somebody who like works with artists, who helps artists develop, I want to see you execute 110. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gave me 95.
Yeah. And as just
she was having a great time.
I just enjoyed her having a
great time. She did make up for the energy that Lil Uzi did not give me.
Yeah.
Now, I would have preferred
her opening
because the energy was there.
Yeah.
But baby, she had a great time the entire night.
The entire night.
The entire night.
Okay.
And she looks good. Whoever did her hair, the face, I'm loving the more so natural beat. I'm so glad that we are gradually getting away from the overly dramatic lash, even though I kind of got one on. I don't do lash extensions. I just like these lashes. The thick lash extensions have been driving me nuts. So just give me a strap. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Been on point, and whoever is doing her BTS photos, that her Instagram never lasts.
Yeah, I feel like the total package for her is coming together.
It's coming together 100%. But yeah, Coco Jones.
Oh, Coco
Jones.
Love her.
Coco Jones. Was she the only R&B girlie? Because it was girls' night, obviously. All of the girls performed. Now, yeah, I'm sorry. ICU is one of them modern day classics to me. Like, I feel like everybody really loves that song, but it's not like, dang, could I just be one to throw so much shade? It's not like falling into that annoying space that Boot Up did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, I love the song when it first came out, and then it took a minute, then everybody caught on, went number one. But I still like it. Mm-hmm. The song, great. Couple of choices. The production of the performance. It was very stripped down. It was throwback R&B. Absolutely. Won't sing in the rain. Give you a nice wet and wavy situation. You gonna get this skin popping. But I was just so confused that whether it was real rain or was that filter rain on my screen. Mm-hmm. Because they zoomed out. Once again, getting rid of the mystery. It was raining over the audience.
They forgot to take the
filter out. Nah, I was told it was real water on. It was like a puddle on stage. So there was real water. It was just, I just went back to Sierra's performance when they had her name written in the rain. Yeah. I was confused. Yeah. But sound good, look good.
And that it's the emotion that you can hear in her voice that's just like, she really want that man. Like,
she really want that man.
And that is what we are essentially missing from like that good old school like R&B.
The connection.
Yes, that's kind of like, do you feel and believe what it is that you were saying? So Coco gave it to us, and I'm so excited to see.
Because it's still an EP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We haven't got an album yet. Like, and the EP was on repeat for
a good minute.
She
also, I think she just announced her tour. So.
What I will say,
Then we got to Big Glow, who decided to show up as Gloria. She decided to show up as Gloria this night. I was already taken aback when she showed up laying on that lip couch. I was like, what are we doing? And honestly, it wasn't bad. I just feel like it was so jarring to see Glorilla like.
No, it was bad.
It was bad?
It was bad. She did not need to do it. No, we don't.
It wasn't fluid.
I want to see Glorilla do the little two-step hop. That's it.
But she can't.
Her being sexy. I don't.
Maybe she's trying to find a way to evolve.
But this is the thing. I'm not mad at evolution. I just feel like there's a way that you can do it and still stick to your pocket.
She gotta try stuff out though.
I don't need everybody dance. I don't need rappers dancing. I really
every rapper does not have to.
I don't need every rapper dancing. Like, I
every
just
rapper
don't.
does not need to rap.
And maybe she'll shock us because when Lotto first came out with the dance, we were like, girl, stop. Girl, stop. We don't need you dancing. But when she first came out with the dancing. Yeah. But now it's like, okay, Lotto. So maybe she just has to find like what's gonna work for her. But I'm gonna be honest. I like ghetto Glorilla when it's just her homegirl on the stage cutting up. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I don't.
But I get.
It evolution. Was more so like a sexy song. She was trying to talk her bedroom stuff. But yeah, cause like even the two step, that is not the way she does it. It's not originally the dance. It's off beat.
Yes, it's very wrong, and I love it.
Yeah, it was very, very strange.
Like I feel like when Trina does her, because Trina has always been like sexy,
like the hood sex.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't see like Trina is not. She might give us a little body roll, but she not feeling on herself and paying her coochie. Like
I don't know why I just got that clip of Ashanti like scooting on her butt cheeks on Wendy Williams show. Anyway, yeah, that was jarring. If Gloria really wants to find another way to perform, I don't think that's it. She has to try stuff. Clearly, this not working for me. I was really confused. It was and her voice just so it was so deep. And then she was trying to talk sexy, and then she smacked her butt, and I was like,
yeah, that was pretty sick. like, what is happening?
A hair flip was not fluid at all. She on a black garter with a red outfit. That pissed me off. I'm sorry.
I was confused by that too. But
yeah, it was. And then to have all of like the professional dancers around her showing us like how to hit it. Like, it don't work for everybody.
It don't. And I think,
cause honestly, she could have just stayed on the couch. We could have got creative with like staging rather than making her dance. But all rappers don't have to do that.
All rappers don't
Tiana
have to
Taylor,
dance.
don't touch everybody. Leave Scarlett right where she at. I don't want nobody to touch Scarlett. I like how she come on the stage.
I also don't think that every rapper, just like every male rapper that ain't got to talk about drugs and shooting somebody and gang, I also feel like every female rapper
does not have to talk about sex. And talk about the hood.
Yeah.
She ain't got to talk about her
don't
coochie.
have to be the sensual type.
Yeah. But like, in modern day, is the non-sensual sex talk Pound Town?
Yep.
Homegirl, and she the homegirl that you don't want to hear what her sexcapade sound like. Like, you don't really
Yeah,
care.
it's like the girl.
You want her to come around and have fun.
Yes.
We're gonna kiki. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna talk about how these niggas ain't shit. But I don't really care about what you do when you in love. It's like the girl who is always dogging the niggas. She randomly fall in love, and it's like, why are you talking like this? That's what that was. It's like, what happened to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up whatever song that was. I was just like, I can't get over this body. I can't
It was
get over
like
the booty smack.
It was also like a sample too. It was like lick.
I remember something. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Lick on this cat or something.
That's
That's why it was lollipop. So yeah, this is Mafia.
Are they from Memphis?
I think so. Yeah. That made sense, but visual.
I like that song.
The 50 years of hip hop, which I feel like took away from the entire award show when you have a whole hip hop show.
Yeah.
That could have been placed there because it missed the other moments to highlight what has happened in Black culture over the last year.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been a better way to do it. Like,
yeah, I would have preferred them to do what the Grammys did and then have all of these because they did go through all of the eras of hip hop, just about, even like highlighting the dance culture of hip hop. Like, they did great.
They did great.
It was nice, but it was.
Some of them could have been shorter. But I'm saying, in my opinion, could be biased because I feel like when it got to the 2000s, which is my era of hip hop that I grew up in, it was very short. And y'all not gonna act like the long tees and like them franchise boys came out and then Lean With It Rock with it 2 times and then moved on. And then
they did speed through the dance, but that's because they left that at the end of the show. That was supposed to be the closing of the show. They spent too much time on everything else.
And that's what I mean.
Because T.I. did not have to rap that whole song. I'm sorry. Fabulous definitely did not have to do that whole song. Mm-hmm. I heard Breathe how many times?
Yeah.
Didn't need to hear all of that.
And that's what I mean. Like, a lot of the performances could have been shorter because when you want to talk about cultural impact,
the dance
you can't act like the 2000s didn't do what it was supposed to do. Yeah. Who did not have a long, tall tee? Like, you could walk into any gas station to get a long, tall tee, like, in any color, with the matching headbands and the wristbands, sweatbands. Like, stop playing with the chicks, with the franchise boys.
At least they bought out Big Draco.
You know what? And I was glad that they did, because if they didn't, we wasn't gonna hear the end of it. We really wasn't.
How Big T goes?
We really wasn't.
Y'all would have had a snap roll hair without Big Draco.
Period. No rapper be on social media if it wasn't Big Draco. Like,
Big Draco created hip hop. Did you?
He wouldn't went that far with it, but yeah, I just feel like some of it could have been a little bit. But I will say, at least they did end it with the swag surf, which is
a cultural.
Yeah, that was appropriate to end it. You know.
Yeah. The way they structured those was great. I feel like they pocketed them properly. They got, I don't know what it was about who they couldn't get, how they couldn't get. Not gonna have questions about booking, but who they did get, I felt was great. I felt every genre was great. But it also I don't know what they're gonna do with the Hip Hop Awards. Maybe they canceled the Hip Hop Awards this year. I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah.
So maybe this was their moment.
I don't know. I feel like another thing that they could have done if they couldn't get everybody to necessarily perform, like get them. I mean, I guess you still gotta kind of book. You might as well, if you don't come, you may as well come to perform if you're a hip hop artist.
Instead of being on camera to talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say like present an award or something like that, and mix it to like mix how the award kind of goes. Like you said, if we would talk about movies and TV and television and stuff like that, I'm sure there's somehow we could have mixed that into hip hop culture.
They really could have did a video per era. Had maybe 2 people do one of them side performances, and then it would have taken away from everything else.
Yeah, because I was confused by the performances, honestly, because I'm like,
it's always like, it came right after a commercial break, and it's just a bunch of people on stage. I couldn't, for some of them, I really couldn't tell who was rapping because of how they staged it. They did get a lot of dancers.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had a lot of dancers. Some of the dancing did not even match that. All right. Sliding on to another one of my favorite rap girlies, Doechii. Now, the whole transition to her performance really pissed me off because I was really confused. It was coming off another one of those hip-hop sideshow situations. And they just, like, threw the camera over to her stage setup. And I was like, wait, what's happening? I thought it was somebody else that was in, like, that era. But, no, it was Doechii. And additionally, I was confused because she previewed a new song. I think Booty Drop. Yeah. She previewed a new song, and I was like, okay, this is cute. And also, it was just a lot of changes for me at one moment because she showed up with the short hair, but she had on the whole wig. I know the girlies be just throwing wigs on. But I was like, okay, is that Doechii or not? Yeah. I was really confused. Booty Drop sound cute, so whenever I can get into that, I'm gonna get into that. Then she went into my personal song of the summer, What It Is, Ho. And then the staging I really liked. It was giving Black Barbie Dream House. The pool was great. And she also brought out Trillville. I feel like she brought them out too quick. She didn't let the song live. I was glad that we dropped it back in.
Yeah. It was perfect for the whole, like,
50 year of hip-hop. Yep. Made sense. Good job. But yeah, I was trying to get into the full choreo. I was trying to get some hair flips, some water swinging since we had the pool out there. I was trying to get into it a little more. But she sounded good, looked good. Staging was great. I just would have liked a little more Doechii. And once again, give the main stage performers their moments. Because it was very chaotic by that point. I think at that time they probably, it was like mid or almost close to the end. Yeah. So I think they was running that time clock. She's also going on tour. She's going on tour with Doja. And I don't know if I'm going to see that show. Doja's scaring me. Last but not least of the hip-hop girlies performing, Ice Spice. Now, I think y'all can probably tell by now that Ice Spice is not one of my favorite of the new girls. I just can't. I think her music is just too chill for me. To where it's like just monotonous. Like all 3 of them songs, she performed a medley of Princess Diana.
She and Her Move.
She and Her Move. And she performed a medley. 2 out of the 3 songs was She and Her Move and Princess Diana. But yeah, I just couldn't. There's just a lot happening. Now, I think this was shade. People said she was using a recycled Cardi B set because that looked just like Cardi's set from the Bodak Yellow performance at the BET Awards. I don't know if that's true or not. But everybody else was giving a very much so 5, 6, 7, 8. Ice Spice does what she does. She gonna bend over and twerk, and she gonna bounce and rub her shoulders, which I'll take that from her. That's what she does. It just wasn't impactful. Staging was great. It was cute. Had you a little bodega on the stage, subway, stairs, dancers everywhere.
So I think that Bia and Ice Spice are the same rapper. I just feel like Ice Spice's career kind of took off. Not kind of, it did. It took off, and Bia's didn't. Because they both rap the same, not style or bars, but just that chill. I'm bad, chill, and I'm y'all lucky I'm here. Like, and I'm gonna be late. What time the party start? 10. I'll be there by midnight. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just have this very chill, laid back. I'm cute and
just talk my mess,
and I'm out. Like, I'm gonna come at the party start at 10. I'm gonna show up at midnight. I'm up by 1. Like,
yeah.
So, and it's interesting that it did take off for Ice Spice because it didn't take off like that for Bia. And I'm not really.
Ice Spice is a gimmick. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it.
How do you feel like that?
She's a spectacle. She this short. She is a little thicker. We don't have the body conversation. She is willing to bend over. Her whole pose is cover my coochie, bend over my butt. Like, that's her whole thing. The Annie hair is a gimmick. It's noticeable. She had pieces. Branding, pretty much. The branding is what makes Ice Spice. Because, I'm sorry, like, if TikTok and little kids did not, like, eat her up, I'm serious. Ice Spice has the TikTok baby shark. This is not shade. This is really how I feel. She has the TikTok baby shark 12 and under crowd. Her brand appeals to them. She got Northwest dressing up like her. Whereas Bia, that's
a whole lot of money.
Whole lot of money, and I'm not, nigga, if he don't deserve it, blew a bag on. That's my shit. Bia, like, that's my shit. I like Bia. Cover Girl and Whole Lot of Money. Great Bia songs. Great Bia singles. I just think that the branding around Bia, also, this is where labels and teams come into play. Of how they present you, how they package you, what rooms they're able to get you in, what deals they're able to get you, how much they're able to put you in people's face. All of that is working in Ice Spice's favor right now. That's why people say she an industry plant. I don't really believe in the whole industry plant thing. I think some people just hit. They have all the right pieces. Other people don't. But yeah, Ice Spice is a gimmick, and she got the kids. Another thing the BET Awards is supposed to be for is to highlight our legends and to honor our Black legends who may have not received credit in other categories or other shows. And we had 2 separate tributes of the night. First one was Takeoff. Now, that one I was very happy to see Offset and Quavo come back together to honor their bandmates, their nephew, their brother. It almost made me a little bit emotional. You know, they had the rocket on the screen, and then it morphed into Takeoff. And these 2 niggas who've been beefing for 2 years now are they figured it out to come back and be able to honor him. Now, they absolutely could have not done Bad and Bougie so long, especially since Takeoff was not on that song. They could have did a whole Migos medley. And it also factored well into the whole 50th anniversary of hip-hop. Because I think after that, they went into the memoriam, and throughout the hip-hop performances, they were highlighting other rappers who were no longer here. But yeah. That made me a little emotional because I thought they was never going to figure it out. Yeah. Maybe Cardi cussing them out worked. I thought they was never going to figure it out. Our second tribute of the night, which also had me really wondering, because I don't know if I tweeted it or not, but when a legend dies, especially before the BET Awards, they always have to scramble and figure it out. It happened with Whitney, happened with Michael. Tina Turner passed this year. Who was the Beyonce for all the old people. I just say that because that's basically my grandma Beyonce. Anyway, you cannot disrespect Tina Turner. So I was like, okay, which one of the R&B girlies are we gonna get? Chloe broke her foot. I knew that wasn't happening. Are we gonna get Tiana Taylor to come and figure something out? Are we gonna get Victoria Monet? Are we going to
call Angela Bassett?
Call Angela Bassett to do a speech to honor her? Are we going to pull Normani out the abyss to figure something out? These niggas copped out and called motherfucking Patti LaBelle. Patti? Patti! I saw Yolanda Adams in the... I saw Yolanda Adams in the audience. I was like, they're going to give Yolanda a moment. Which also, sidebar, the gospel moment is missing from the BET Awards.
Well, that's because they went up in an uproar last year. And, you know.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Y'all had options. Chloe did the Tina Turner tribute last week, which y'all also disrespect her. Why wasn't she in it? She wasn't nominated for shit. Like, is there like a time frame when things are released for people to be nominated? So I did kind of notice that everything that was nominated did come out last year. So maybe y'all
it was a lot of old stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of old stuff. So maybe that was the case, but I was confused off that. But anyway, somebody call her damn sister to bring out her guitar. Summer Walker. I would have taken a guitar, acoustic, What's Love Got to Do With It, or Private Dancer. Shit, call Cardi to come do Private Dancer or something. Other than fucking Patti LaBelle, who always forgets the lyrics.
Always forgets the lyrics.
She turned that into that Christmas performance that she did for the White House.
At least and made it known too. Like, I can't see y'all. I'm
I
trying.
can't say the lyrics. I'm trying, y'all. Patti. I don't know if it was around the same time, but basically peers, right? If they called you to do a tribute to honor a fellow black woman, a pioneer in rock and roll, R&B, you could have it was one song. They didn't even actually do multiple songs. It was one song.
Then it's like, did you miss rehearsal? Did y'all not rehearse? They had the whole choir. They had the background.
The choir sound great.
But then the before the choir, though, the background singer was trying to help her. She kept trying to feed her the words. I don't know if you heard it, but she kept trying to feed her the words.
Yeah, I heard words coming in and out, and I knew it wasn't coming from Patti.
Definitely wasn't coming from Patti. No. I'm like, come on, girl, try to help her, because Patti just was not.
I wouldn't even that. Just all of the out of all of the prominent background singers, like even a Shalea, like Shantae Moore was in the audience. Anybody. Anybody. They did. I'm sorry. I was gonna get them grace, but it just seemed like they didn't really try. Because they made this to land on Patti. You didn't try. I'm just saying.
People could have turned it down when they asked, not feeling like they could have done it.
But even at that, if we were saying with the hip hop, do a video. Get Angela Bassett to sit down and just talk a little bit about the video. And do a little video, talk about Tina's legacy, and have a choir.
Yeah.
Just have a choir.
Yeah.
But Shantae Moore was in the audience. They really could have called anybody. They could have even just did highlights of her tours. They just make a video montage if you can't book somebody that's gonna actually do it. Yeah. There has to be some form of a plan B. Because the graphic was beautiful. The Tina graphic was amazing. Yeah. Choir sounds good. Patti just messed the whole moment up.
Yeah. They could have just let the background singer do it and had praise dancers out there for all I care. Like, if y'all just and then had the choir come and handle, and we could have just stared at the pretty image of Tina.
And a video about her impact. It didn't even have to be Angela Bassett if you couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every black female singer has watched What's Love Got to Do With It and at least know 2 or 3 Tina Turner songs to be able to say something about her impact.
I just did a mic toss to Yolanda. She was sitting right there. And called her. I'm like, hey, Patti ain't got it. Our rehearsal was terrible. We need you to yo, let's go.
Beyond disrespectful. That pissed me off. I think I was tuning out after that.
Absolutely. It was bad. It was too bad. And she didn't sound good either.
She was in the wrong key.
Yeah, it was bad. You ain't got the words, you ain't got the notes.
That really pissed me off.
Yeah, it was pretty
Victoria Monet was there.
Yeah.
And then y'all, that baby got an album coming out, RCA, and y'all ain't booked her for nothing. She did pre-show last year. She didn't do pre-show this year. I'm sorry. Out of what I saw out the Jaguar era, Victoria Monet absolutely could have did a Tina Turner tribute. Absolutely.
But again, it's all about who's in the room.
If she wanted to do it.
Not even just if she wanted to do it, because did they even get to the point to even ask her? Because who's in the room to make these decisions?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The producers got it all wrong. Like, just redo the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And finally, the actual moment I was waiting for. I was waiting on the Tina tribute because I wanted to see what they decided to do, because they didn't say anything. I thought it wasn't happening, especially with all the hip hop that was happening. I was waiting for that. I wanted to see Coco perform. I wanted to see Lotto perform. I wanted to see Busta Rhymes. Once I found out that he was getting the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is long overdue.
Yeah.
Very much so long overdue. I thought his speech was so nice. His speech was so nice. He was crying and stuff. I was like, you better cry, Busta, your big old muscle bound self. The performance, though, I don't know why I felt like performance was great. It was the energy that needed to happen throughout the night. I hate that they put it at the end of the show. I would have liked to see it more so in the middle of the show, so he could have got a little more time.
And I think that they did that because people do tune in
for the Lifetime Achievement.
But because I did not announce or promote it,
we didn't know.
We didn't know.
Yeah, but I thought his performance was great. He brought out, he's like one of those really nice people who like, yeah, I'm gonna have my moment, but I'm gonna get everybody else a moment too. Cause he brought out Rod Digger, he brought out Spice, he had a whole, like, I knew he was Jamaican, but I was like, he had a whole Jamaican segment, a part of his Lifetime Achievement Award performance. And he did his new song with Bia, which is actually cute. But yeah, I thought the performance was great. It went from his early days up until what he's doing now, and highlighted his culture. I did want some more songs, though. I did want some more songs. I was like, maybe Janet Jackson gonna pop out.
I was hoping Janet was gonna
hoping Janet was gonna pop out, because she ain't have a show that night. But it's okay. She was in the video montage. But yeah, I feel like he did all of his things. And I didn't until he said it in his speech, I didn't really recognize that he kind of did like pioneer the feature. Until he said it, it didn't really click to me, because it was like so many in the earlier area, every rap, it was like everybody came from a rap group, or like he was like one of them flashy bougie rappers that didn't really work with nobody. So I didn't really think about it until then, but this is why you get a Lifetime Achievement Award. This is why we have these moments to actually give people credit for the things that they do in their career. Yeah. I think so. I don't know. I would have to look back at that. But I know who better be next. Missy Damn Elliott.
She got Vanguard.
She got Vanguard. She has not received a BET Lifetime Achievement Award. Y'all got a lot of people to honor.
Yeah, it's a lot of people to go. And you know, and that's good though, because I remember when Mary J. got hers, we were like, whoa, Mary J. Blige just get one already? Like, who are they gonna go to next? Like, so
there's a lot more people to honor. Yeah. Also, another thing that kind of like was weird to me. I don't know if Mary J. Blige has just started a trend, or like people are requesting to do their own tributes. But I hate the fact that our legends are attributing themselves. Like, I liked what Busta did for his moment to highlight other people and, of course, do the things that we know him for. But I would have liked to see an Offset. We missing those moments of seeing newer artists pay homage to our legends and people who should be honored. Like, I really feel like Offset could do with the way Offset performs, the way Offset dresses. Obviously, Busta Rhymes has been an influence for him. Him and Cardi did a whole dupe of the Janet Jackson video, like having him honored, or even Kendrick, the way that he does his visuals and stuff like that, having him a part of that moment. I think, yeah, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I miss those moments. Maybe it's not a thing anymore because people's skill level is not to par. But yeah.
But that honor is
it's strange.
Yeah.
It's strange. I'm happy that Busta got his flowers, because I feel like he gets overlooked in every award show. But yeah, he's definitely he's contributed a lot.
And I feel like he's one of the older heads that's still shows up and participates in these
He
shows.
participates in everything. You call Buster, he there. He
Like,
just goes to the awards to
attend.
attend.
Yeah, I feel like he's still I feel like you always catch a pan to him real quick. Like,
he's always there. So it was good to see him get. And I do recognize that there is a PR thing. Like, these things happen so like he could promote his new song.
mm-hmm.
You know, I understand that.
People
I understand that's the thing. Like, Diddy only did, like, they gave him the whole bad boy thing. The whole that he was changing Revolt, so he had to come and get him a moment. Doggone Mary J. Blige, divorce, new album, going on tour. They gave her a BET show for a minute. Yeah, I think it was, or the year after.
She did Super Bowl like 2 years. That was the year before.
Let's get into the actual BET Awards.
That they barely gave out.
Right. The first award of the night was Best New Artist. Now, this category was stacked.
Yeah.
Ice Spice, Flo, Coco Jones, Glorilla. Yeah, it was a lot of people in that category. It went to who it should have gone to, Miss Coco Jones. As soon as they said her name, I said yes. I had an audible reaction, just because it's been a very, very long journey for Coco, as we know, coming off the disrespect of Disney. Hold out for her moment and be able to have this renaissance thing with Bel Air. And of course, like we said, that EP was fire. So yeah, I was like, you better cry. You better cry. She was crying. She thanked Jesus. Her beautiful mama and her sister was in the audience crying too. I was like, this is just a beautiful, beautiful moment. Her acceptance speech was great. Yeah. Okay. So then the next award was the Director of the Year, which it's not a new award. They just newly started televising it, which
I think maybe
it's been like the last 2 years. But yeah, I mean, Director X, Benny Boom, all of these are legendary directors. Tiana Taylor has been in her video director, creative director bag, and she took it home. Like I said, I feel like everybody put in their work this year, and I feel like it was great to see Tiana win something, because I feel like she's another one who has given us a lot. She's given us a lot of moments in music and in acting, and it just has not been, she has not been giving her flowers, which is why we ain't getting no more music, and that stresses me out, because all her albums hit for me. But, yeah, I mean, when you are a creative and you have a passion for this art, you can find, you can kind of get your just due in other ways, which is what I think she's doing, being able to express her creativity through other artists. So I was happy she got the award, and her mama knew she was gonna call her.
Like, ma'am, why?
Why she even talk if you was gonna call her?
Like, and why you didn't call her like on your way
up
the stairs?
But yeah, it was cute. I was glad that because she ain't been getting her moments, that since she wasn't able to physically be present, she was able to speak for herself through the glitching in the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Now the next award that I remember, female hip hop. Always a very stacked category. We all know that Nicki Minaj had been holding it down for 7-8 years consecutively. Yeah. But you know, as we know, like we've seen obviously either through the performances and even through just who's been awarded and who's been the main talk of that night, the hip hop girlies are doing it and they're everywhere. So I think after did Remy Ma break her streak? Nicki Minaj's streak.
I think she did.
And then Megan. And now Lotto. Last year, Lotto got her first BET Award as Best New Artist. And now she was able to take home the Female Hip Hop Award. Now me and Producer P had a little spat. She was pulling for Ice Spice. I feel like Lotto deserved it. But would you like to now take the stage to explain to me why Ice Spice, why you feel like Ice Spice should have got the doggone award?
It's not that I was pulling for Ice Spice. I do think that Lotto is the better rapper. But if we're looking at the totality of their careers and what they're doing right in this very moment, or I don't know if the BET Awards are similar to the Grammys where there's like a timeline where you have to submit stuff or whatever, but if we're looking at the totality of careers at this present moment, Ice Spice is the better artist. Package wise, she is. When you're looking at their songs on the charts and stuff like that too, like now I prefer Lotto. I want to make that perfectly clear. I am a Lotto fan, not Ice Spice. I'm not opposed to Ice Spice, and her mood is my song. But, you know. But I just think that for some reason, Lotto's career just has not taken off like it did for Ice Spice. And maybe it's because of the Kardashian influence that Ice Spice has that has allowed her career to take off. But, yeah, Ice Spice got like 5 songs out right now or something like that. She did the whole montage of the 3 songs of her performance. Then she got the song with Taylor Swift. She got the 2 songs with Nicki Minaj. Like, if you want to, I mean, yeah. So that was my like. I think that one probably should have gone to Ice Spice, but I think Lotto is the better artist. But if you just look at the total packaging, I think Ice Spice probably should have took it.
Because Big Energy died down, and then we got whatever the first Ice Spice track was. You get what I'm saying as far as the TikTok goes.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that for sure. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying that Ice Spice is the better artist.
I know that. I'm just saying.
I know you know that. I just to make sure the viewers know.
I'm just saying, like the just off of like the impact and crediting and knowing what the timeline for both of them are. Mm-hmm. I feel like we still awarding Lotto we're coming off of the Big Energy, the Mariah Carey moment, because she wasn't awarded for that last year. That's what she performed last year because it was still in its debut. So now we're coming back around to this year. It's time to award that.
Yeah. I don't think Nicki Minaj needs to get in category at all. I mean, I feel like
she did drop one song.
Honestly, Cardi B ain't doing a whole bunch of features. Nicki Minaj should at least give a new song. So what's up? Like,
and I'm sorry, I'm taking that away from Nicki because I mean, if you are this great, which we've known you to be, I'm sorry, you have not produced anything. She has not produced anything recently that I can give her.
But see, I feel like Nicki is going through the same thing where you kind of experience that
identity crisis.
And then, like, yeah, she going through like that whole situation with her brother and then her husband, that back to back. Then again, Nicki has not had to really compete during the top of her career. She did not have to compete for real. And then the first time she had to with Remy, she won.
She's also probably the last of the women who had to be carried into the industry by a man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot for her to figure out. But if you all, like she always talk about, if your pen is so solid and you can always come back to your pen, show me what that pen do. Mm-hmm. I ain't seen it in a long time.
Well, I think that honestly, and we've talked about this before, I also feel like she's getting her karma as well because you keep playing in Kim's face. Like,
yeah,
you keep playing her.
You reap what you sow, and I really want whatever is happening between her and JT. I need JT to come out from under that umbrella because not even just City Girls. Like I always felt like JT was a very solid lyricist, and I feel like even in the way that she's playing around with her style and things like that, like I want to see more from JT. As the fact that Young Miami got more solo songs out than her, if I'm correct, that confuses me because Young Miami is not the rapper of the group.
Because this is what we say all the time. It's not about who's the most talented. It's about who put that work in. And
I know JT. That's what I'm saying. I need her to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you only want to work with Carisha, you only want to pop out when it's City Girl time. Then say that. But don't be on Twitter leaking solo songs that's actually fire and not giving us nothing. That pisses me off. Because I want to see what the world of JT looks like outside of City Girls. I'm interested in that. But where were we?
Kudos to Lotto on winning.
Thank you.
Best female hip hop artist.
I think those were only the awards that were televised that I wanted to really talk about. I mean, female R&B went to SZA, which that I have no complaints about that. SZA and Beyonce are sharing Album of the Year for Renaissance and SOS. Have no complaints about that, really, I guess. Y'all know I would definitely replay SOS over Renaissance, but it's Beyonce. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. I don't know what their vote. I don't remember what their voting system and what their nominee system is. I was trying to find that information. I couldn't find that anymore either. Anyway, the only other thing that I feel like BT really needs to figure out is the duo group. Yes. They get it wrong every single time.
Starting with the fact that these people don't be groups.
They like just all you got to do is create a collaboration category outside of duo and group.
So they do have a best collaboration category. That's the crazy part. So Drake
in 20
and Tim's won the best collab category.
Okay, that's a collaboration on a song. But if y'all want to say collaborative project, because I think that's where the thing is, where they just throw them in the group category. Because 21 and Drake had the actual full album as a collab. Create a collaborative album, because that's collaborative song. But there's actual groups and duos.
I didn't realize that Best Group had Quavo and Takeoff nominated. I didn't know that.
They did become a group.
The album
they did. They did the album.
See, so back to the point. Yeah, there needs to be a best group and a best collaborative album.
Because I'm sorry, that is still mind-boggling to me that doggone Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars took best group in 2020 when Chloe and Halle was out there slaving on that tennis court.
For real. No, for real.
And then y'all got Flo, which is a brand new British girl group. That would have been a great moment for them to take.
They in the international category.
You know what? I don't know. But they were nominated 3 times and didn't get any of them. Yeah, it's just like we miss moments because y'all miscategorizing people. Like they not a real group.
Yeah, so just Maverick City and Kirk Franklin is not a group either.
Not a group. Collaborative album.
And y'all know I gotta get on y'all every single year about the gospel category. And
they don't know. They don't.
I don't know who don't know Jesus over there and why y'all don't know him. But
yeah,
call me because
there's still a lot for y'all to figure out. If I had this year was the group category. I feel like everybody worked their ass off over the last year and a half that was awarded. So I ain't got somebody should have got that. Somebody should have got me. I don't. Y'all did great. Maybe that's why I was televised, because it wasn't gonna be a competition.
Oh, even though. Now, I will say, they did give out the sports awards, but I do think it's crazy that y'all didn't at least televise or highlight the sportswoman of the year if y'all was going to give it to Angel Reese because of that whole, LSU situation.
Yeah. Maybe because they couldn't be there. Maybe. But, yeah. Those categories deserve moments. Like, those are big moments and part of the culture. Yeah. Like, even, all the shit that people were trying to put what's her face through. What's my Asian baby? My Malaysian baby. Yeah, Osaka going in on her for getting pregnant. Like taking a season off because she wanna have a child. Like what's the real problem here? Yeah, y'all be missing some of the conversation. But as far as the overall awards, it's really gotten away from celebrating Black culture to it just being a music festival.
Yeah. Because it's definitely, again, we saw every bit of 4 awards.
They even used to bring out more people from the McDonald's thing that they have, the Black in Business or the Black in... They even used to bring out more people. They brought out one guy. And the audience was talking the whole time. They was talking about his mental health efforts.
This is random, but
go for it.
I was really expecting Tyler Perry to come out and either say yay or nay. Did you buy BET or did you not?
Yeah, because we have so many
clear the
questions.
rumor up or confirm it.
I wanted to see that too, because also in early 2000s BT, Bob Johnson, Deborah Lee always came and said something.
Yeah.
Tyler, if you bought it, if you're running the ship now, maybe he didn't want his name attached to this, or maybe that's what's happening additionally. The whole place is going through a transition.
Yeah. If it is confirmed, because allegedly,
yeah. I just feel like there's so much that BET could be, especially now that all of it. I'm sorry, we do run the culture. Like, everything is black. Absolutely. We have a lot more black television. We have a lot more black film. We have a lot more, obviously, black music. And I just feel like they continuously miss the mark of highlighting the totality of the culture. We need a black chairman. We need a black chairman. Maybe it is gonna be Tyler Perry to come and figure all this shit out. It's BET Awards now, all of black entertainment. We have the NAACP, which is like our black Oscars. Soul Train Award is, more so what's happening for the culture and R&B. Okay, so it is R&B and soul and jazz. Okay, cool. We got an R&B show, Soul Train Awards, BET Hip Hop Awards, and then our film and our activism and our television happens over that NAACP. But all of that should culminate and happen at BET. If it was me in charge of everything.
Yeah. But it makes sense. It makes sense like that.
Because watching these shows now is so confusing. Because being a part of the era of Monique hosting and Steve Harvey hosting and being able to see literally everybody in black culture show up.
Yeah, it's like, what happened till we got to the point to where there's, like, the people that's winning the awards are, it's one more person gotta accept on behalf of somebody. Like, first of all, y'all only show 4 awards in the first place.
Yeah.
So for 3 out of the 4 to have to be accepted,
4 we was confused about. That is the run the show on the BET Awards. If y'all watched, let me know. What do y'all think BET should do in the coming years to really make it culture's biggest night? Drop down some suggestions. What were y'all favorite performances of the night? Let me know. Y'all already know what to do here on YouTube. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, if you guys would like to see the full version of this video, you guys can slide over to my Patreon, where you guys will actually get to see the performances. YouTube plays me every year with the BET Awards. I cannot put the videos on YouTube. But if you would like to review the performances, you guys can slide over to my Patreon and subscribe for only $3, where you get the extended version of this video. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.